And we're live. Hello, everyone. Magda from Coacharia here. You would have seen me earlier today with Fons Trumpenars. I think I said it correctly. And now I'm back with our own Patrick Williams. Hello, Pat.
Good morning to you there in Chicago, here from Colorado.
Colorado sounds beautiful right now.
We
Chicago's great too, but
we have some fires and smoke going on too, though. But yeah,
great.
Everywhere.
Hashtag apocalypse. Anyway, on that bright note, hello, good
Hi.
morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We are here to talk about Awake, Aware, Arise, or a specific session at Awake, Aware, Arise. This is an event that Coacharia is putting on starting on September 21st. We will have 3 sessions every single day, Monday through Thursday for 5 weeks. So that's 60 sessions. And we're super, super excited because, well, they're free. So if you want to attend, please register awakeawarearise.com or I'm going to do my best. Nope, never mind. I was going to put the registration link in the chat, but that's too many multitaskings. I'll put it in the notes later. But Awake Aware Arise is a free event for anybody in the world. You have to register and attend via Zoom. We won't be live streaming this one because there's just too many moving pieces. But the goal there is to help people change their perspectives and think a little differently. And as a result, take away some practical learnings, some practical steps where that they can apply to their own life, their own thinking, at the very least. But we're hoping that it'll actually inspire you and help others think a little differently in your workplace, your family, your community. Because if we start changing perspectives for ourselves and hopefully for others as well, we can address the kinds of systemic problems that are plaguing our planet, our communities. There's some obvious ones, like climate change that we're experiencing in the US with full force, unfortunately, like Patrick mentioned, with fires, etc. And systemic racism and sexism, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many different big problems that we keep talking about, but we can't keep waiting for big ideas and silver bullets because they're not going to come. So we need to start with ourselves, and then each of us do our best to spread that effect, and we will chip away at them, and we are able to address them. We got to start. So that's what Awake, Aware, Arise is. And one of the sessions that we'll be having is on risk and reward. And our lovely Pat is going to be leading that session. So Pat, would you tell us who you are and tell us about the session a little bit?
Yeah, well, I'm who I am these days. I'm a father of 2, a grandfather of 4, but I've been a coach for 4 decades, and a psychologist before that. My training in psychology was always in humanistic and transpersonal. So it was very coach-like, spiritual, Jungian and Maslow and all that, which fits into Coacharia's philosophy very well. And I think my whole life has been about taking risks calculated and finding out that even though we make plans in life, they don't always happen the way we planned. It's good to make plans, but I think some of my best experiences have been little side trips that happened on my way to my goal. There used to be an old musical called "A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum." So we could say a funny thing happened on the way to my life. Lots of surprises have happened. It's funny that you mentioned the old metaphor, the tip of the iceberg, because in climate language, we hope that the icebergs hang around. We hope they don't all melt and chip off and break off. And when we talk in coaching, I do a lot of talking about going deeper, getting under the surface. But I don't like the iceberg analogy, because under the surface of the iceberg, it's cold and dark. So I kind of use the metaphor of snorkeling in the Caribbean or snorkeling in the Great Barrier Reef. And you put on a mask, and all of a sudden you see new beauty under the surface, and maybe a little danger, maybe a little frightening things, but with a partner that helps you, you feel safe and you enlarge in your perception and your scope. So a coach is somebody that is that partner that kind of gives you the mask and helps you see a new world. My talk on risk reward, and the subtitle is the value of courageous vulnerability. We have to take chances. If we didn't take chances in life, we'd be bored to tears. But we want to take calculated chances. I would not jump out of an airplane without a parachute. I've jumped out of an airplane with a parachute, and that was still risky. And I've done a lot of other risky things, but just to perk up the adventure in my life. The other things that I will mention, I think here is a distinction between chosen change and unchosen change. Most clients in coaching, most people looking to work with somebody to create their future rather than get over their past, is dealing with some sort of transition. Maybe it's a transition they want. Maybe they have a new relationship. Maybe they move to a new locale. They have a new job. But sometimes it's the unchosen change of, I lost my job. COVID-19 closed my plant. I got divorced. My wife got a diagnosis of cancer. There's all kinds of things we didn't choose, but eventually we still have to accept them. So one of my mottos is every experience is a good experience, ... eventually, maybe not at the time. So we'll be talking about transitions, making choices, understanding that risk just gets results. It doesn't get failure. I don't use the term failure. I think it was Thomas Edison who said there's no such thing as failure, only results. After 900 times creating the light bulb, he found information that gave him new choices. So this isn't about taking crazy risks and dangerous risks. Some people do a little danger, but within reason and knowing what the outcome may or may not be. Most of the best experiences in my life, as I said, have been those that I didn't plan. So that's kind of what it'll be about. We'll do breakout sessions where people get to share events in their life, things that happened that moved them into a path they weren't aware of, or things they chose to do that opened up a whole new horizon for them, or things they chose to do that smacked them in the face and knocked them back for a while. So that's what we'll discuss.
That sounds great. My life's motto, it's actually written on a whiteboard in front of me. You are what you eat. And I mean that literally and figuratively, because every experience, like you said, it's just results. And like, what are you going to do about it? Like, you can dwell on the bad things, or you can move forward, learn from the experiences, appreciate what you've learned, try not to make the same mistakes again, and just, they're a part of you.
I always love the language of metaphors. So yes, in terms of nutrition, you are what you eat, what we put in our body. You put junk in, you get junk out, right? But I also like metaphors. So I think when we're taking a bite out of life, when we're wanting to really chew up what we're wanting to experience, we use words like that. And that's what we'll discuss is how do you make choices? One of my favorite quotes, and I won't quote it directly, I'll use it in the webinar, but it's from a book that's 40 years old, probably, if not maybe 50, called Notes to Myself by Hugh Prather. And he said something like this: if every experience I had were to turn out exactly like I would want it to, I would never experience anything new, and my life would be an endless stream of stale successes. So my goal is to have people live beyond mediocrity. Don't settle. Don't settle for just being okay. Don't settle for giving up on dreams you once had. Find a way to relive them or recreate them in a way. We don't all get to make money from what we love, but we can still do what we love because our job allows us to or permits us to. And that's what it'll be about. All the choices that we make in life, some don't turn out as we like, but what do we learn from that moment? What do we learn?
Do you think everyone has that kind of capacity to learn?
Oh gosh, yes, absolutely. A lot of people may have had it shut off. Maybe early family messages were, like kids used to say, do as you're told, children should be seen, not heard. There's a lot of messages that people got maybe growing up, but society and experience and education and coaching and all that can teach you. I think everything that life hands us is a lesson. And what do we learn from it?
Excellent. I agree. So everyone, please join us for Awake Aware Arise and for Pat's session specifically. You can go to awakeawarearise.com to see the full schedule and all of our speakers. Again, we'll have 3 sessions every single day, Monday through Thursday, starting this coming Monday. So this is a free event. Please tell your friends and your colleagues, and I hope that you will join us. Again, awakeawarearise.com. And I will see you here tomorrow morning with another awesome speaker, actually speaker duo this time, a mother and daughter tag team. Cool. Thank you so much, Pat. Enjoy Colorado. Stay safe. And good evening, good day, everyone. See you next time.